How we doing, man?
Doing good. I saw your video, you recording your cat, like the chocolate covered strawberry video. That went super
Yeah.
viral.
That video is very funny.
It's kind of crazy how stuff goes viral for like no apparent reason.
Yeah, the internet in general, but TikTok specifically is a very random place.
It is. It's like it's so unpredictable because I don't know, man. It's just you could get every end of the spectrum. You could get something that makes sense. You're like, "Oh, this is like this I'll see like this artist make like a stop motion like super creative. It has like you could tell it took them days, right?
Mhm.
And then you have the other side where it's like somebody had a bowl of strawberries, they drizzled some chocolate, and then they just moved the camera to the beat of the song. And
Yeah,
the strawberries video has hundreds of millions of views, and it's like, why is that? Why is it? Why do we have like such monkey brain sometimes?
I think I think part of it is like the shock and awe. The like, this is so random. I have to see where this is going.
Hmm.
I think that's part of it, but also, it's just kind of weird how algorithms work and how TikTok's algorithm works and how that video of the strawberries, the chocolate covered strawberries, just this motion
Yeah,
is enough to get. I want to go find that video actually really quick so I can tell you exactly how many
it's
uh
crazy.
views are on it right now.
Like it might hit a
How
billion
many
views.
views how many views do you think it has right now?
I just checked it like yesterday. I think it was around like 300 million or something. Like stupid. Like think about
I'll
that. Think about
I'll give you
think about 300 million people and imagine them all watching a video about strawberries.
I'll give you a big hint
Okay.
how many views it has. It's not 300 million. It's significantly less, I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay.
But it's got 1.4 million likes.
That's crazy. I think I liked it. Wait, no, I like the frozen fruit one. They made a sequel. Like I thought the sequel was better. That's crazy. 1 point.
How many views do you think? It's got 1.4 million likes.
Okay, going off like my content creator brain, I'm gonna say like there's like 20 views per every like or 10 views. I say it's about 24 mil.
It's about 17.2 million.
Okay, but the trend like all if you combined everything, I mean it's
Oh
got to
yeah,
be
crazy.
yeah. That's
I
so
just
wild.
what why? like
I don't even think
I'm looking at it and I'm just like thinking like why?
I don't think I've even had how many chocolate strawberries have you even had in your whole lifetime? You know what I
I could
mean?
tell you in the entire
The entire
2024,
universe.
maybe one.
In the Milky Way galaxy, how many have you had?
Over the course of my lifetime, how many chocolate covered strawberry?
Mhm.
Less than 100.
Oh yeah.
Less than 100 for sure. How
Yeah.
many could I eat until I died?
You're gonna be like thousands. Like
Probably like 300.
dude, so that
No,
makes
probably
more
more.
sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. 300.
500
You said
maybe.
100 McFlurries.
I feel like I could do that. I feel like that's not like till I die, dude. Till I die. Actually, 550 chocolate covered strawberries before I died.
What what was your childhood like to like build this much confidence? And not confidence as in like, oh, I'm confident in who I am. It's like I have a larger health bar than the average human. You know what I mean?
I put all of my runes into HP,
Yeah. Dude,
so
if
I
you
just
okay, this
know
is a
going
great
forward.
that's a great question. Let's say you were building an Elden Ring character, but for yourself.
Uh-huh.
Realistically, like an everyday job. You're not slaying monsters. You're not
Uh-huh.
like going on quests. You're just literally Danny. What
Uh-huh.
would you spend your runes on if you were an Elden Ring character?
Like for like everyday life.
Everyday life, like you're still doing dishes, like you're sending out emails.
Fuck.
What would help the most? Vitality?
Vitality,
That's gotta
yeah.
go crazy.
Your vitality is definitely up there. Dexterity.
What would you use dexterity for? Like,
I play music. I feel like it'd
okay,
be very helpful to be dexterous.
okay,
Intelligence, probably
yeah,
not putting a ton into faith, but I feel like that would be good for you.
yeah. What would that affect? You just like your Sundays are busy,
Yeah,
like,
you just have a high faith and you just like become a pastor.
yeah. So then everything else kind of is a waste.
I feel like what's the one that endurance?
Oh yeah.
I'd probably stack endurance.
Yeah, yeah,
The,
for
the
dates.
women the
Yeah,
women that
yeah.
I'm
I
dating.
knew exactly where you were going. It was just like I saw the roadmap. Dude, what about strength though? I feel like strength is like
I feel like
in everyday
in real
life.
life, you don't got to be that strong. I mean, I feel like I could definitely beat Elon Musk in an wrestling match. Like
Right
I'm way
now,
stronger than fuck
but
yeah. I'm way
he's 52. Like
Elon Musk at like his peak physical condition. I would push that nerd in a locker.
his peak physical condition, he was like developing PayPal. So like what's that really saying? You know what I
He
mean?
wasn't developing shit, by the way. He was buying
He was
fucking
just there.
PayPal.
He was there.
And he was bald while he was doing it.
Yeah.
Don't let them take that from you.
Yeah. I mean, what about Mark Zuckerberg though? I feel like he's a different league.
Zuckerberg's a weird guy because like, yeah, he's a lizard person, but he also does MMA. So
That's
like
scary.
I feel like he's a nerd, but like he's too strong to be a nerd.
Do you feel like do you feel like billionaires are going through like the white girl era where like they're evolving? You remember that era where it kept saying like
White girls are
yeah.
evolving.
Yeah, they're
And it's
evolving.
just a white girl with some yams.
Yeah, is that the billionaire like era now? They're learning how to fight.
Billionaires are finally getting some yams.
Yeah.
I saw a clip today of Mark Zuckerberg like in Japan learning how to make swords.
Oh
And
no.
billionaires are bad people, but if I was a billionaire, I would probably be doing shit like being in Japan learning how to make swords with a sword master. That actually I saw that and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, fuck this guy, but I do kind of like him a little bit more now.
I kind of get it. Yeah.
Yeah. If I
Yeah.
had like go to Japan and make swords money.
He could just fly Japan this like he could fly Japan to him. That's how wealthy some people are.
Yeah.
Like why even go
Yeah.
there? Like just have them dig up all of the land and helicopter drop it on your property. I don't know.
I mean, dude, the US government is probably trying to figure out how to do that right now.
Yeah. I that stuff's scary. That's really scary.
I had a Spanish lesson this morning.
A Spanish lesson.
Mhm.
Like in person?
Over Zoom.
Okay. How did that go?
I take Spanish lessons every Monday at 7 a.m. my time because
Oh my god.
the instructor is in Argentina.
Okay, that's cool.
So it's like noon his time, but 7 so like he's like uh every time he goes hola camarón, buenos
Cameron.
días.
Okay, okay. Sounds like a
And
country.
I'm like rolling out of bed. I'm like, bien, you said.
You sound like a Elden Ring character that got unlocked or
Yeah.
something.
I'm just always so tired, man. But like,
Dude, yeah.
anyway, learning a language. Ah, man. So I'm taking Spanish lessons. I'm also taking ASL lessons.
Mhm.
And both very interesting languages to learn.
Yeah.
I feel like Spanish is easier and harder in like two ways
Mhm.
because as English speakers, a lot of what we say has like basis in Latin. And
Mhm.
like if you know English, you know a lot of Spanish words without realizing it.
Yeah.
But because of that, I feel like a lot of English speakers want to use English rules with Spanish, and that's what makes it really hard.
Dude, yes. Yes. I went through that today because I'm like learning where you basically say like comprarlos, like I'm buying them. And,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and
yeah.
in Spanish you can start with like the them and then go
Los.
into it. Like
Yeah.
you could just say like los voy a comprar, like I'm going to buy them, but you say them.
Those I buy.
Yeah, it's like it hurts, but
Yeah, yeah,
there's like an
yeah.
option to do it like basically the English way, and I choose that way, but I don't know if that's good for my like learning brain, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I feel like have you heard of language transfer?
I don't think so.
Not an ad. But language transfer is like the coolest like learning, especially specifically for Spanish. I don't know about how they are with other languages, but I know they teach a lot of other languages. But
Mhm.
language transfer is like the coolest approach to learning Spanish that I've seen so far. And
Okay.
it basically is it takes all of those Latin words that you already know in English and it teaches you how to convert not just the words but the grammar into Spanish. And it is very
Uh,
helpful. I'm a big proponent of that. I feel like it's helping me a lot.
yeah. Well, are you doing that in conjunction with like your in person or your Zoom lessons?
Yeah.
How long are the Zoom lessons that you take?
About 2 months
Okay. No,
to
no, no,
like
no, no, like each day.
45 minutes.
Okay. Like, damn, that's a grind. Just gotta
Yeah.
stay in the call. Wait, what was the name of your teacher? Was it Carlos?
Martin.
Martin. Way off. But imagine just spending
Yeah.
2 months with Martin.
He's a cool guy.
I'm sure he is. I
Yeah.
mean, does he like? So, are you in the class with a bunch of different people too?
Nah, it's one-on-one, it's me and him.
Oh wow, that's intimate.
It is intimate, especially in the mornings. It's like I just, like, rolled out of bed and, like, he was there. I
Yeah,
like, sometimes I'm like, I kinda wanna ask him if he, like, made breakfast.
yeah. Just like kind of get to know a little bit.
Yeah.
You got your Valorant voice going on too, like
Yeah. The
just
vocal fry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, dude, I see that everywhere on videos now. Like every time someone is like a content creator and then they're like making a video, under the comments, people will be like, "Oh my god, like she has the vocal fry or whatever," and I'm just like, "What even is?" It's just basically like raspy. Is that what they mean?
Vocal fry is whenever you're talking in the mic and you start have, like, sort of a rumbling in
A
your voice.
corpse. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
Okay. And then they're also mentioning like inflections,
The inflections?
inflections,
Yeah.
inflection. Yeah, 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 exactly. The inflections
Yeah.
on the end of every voice. So today we're gonna be reviewing the iPhone, and I was just
Yeah.
like, dude, I never realized that.
Have you seen those Valorant accent comments?
Yeah, yeah,
Those kill me. The Valorant accent is so funny. Like you could really tell the people who play too many video games
yeah, yeah,
because I hear that voice and I'm like, dude, you gotta go outside a little bit more. You
yeah.
gotta spend some time in the real world. Maybe make some IRL friends.
Mm-hmm. Get some hobbies,
Yeah.
like we always talk about. But yeah, I feel like almost every video game has that same type of. I think Valorant is so mainstream. They kind of have the tag of like that's the Valorant accent, but like
Yeah.
I'll be watching like say like Apex esports, like the
Oh, totally.
ALGS, and
Yeah.
every
They have it
call
bad
out
too.
is so funny to me. Like I was thinking about how funny it would
He's on
be.
me?
He's on me. I'm one shot. I'm reloading. Like
Yeah.
imagine. I mean, it's like the gamer accent, but imagine just living like that, like where it never. It's like a curse almost.
Yeah.
You
Can
know
you
what I
send me
mean?
that email?
Yeah. How annoying would that guy get at work?
CC me on that, please?
Yeah. Best wishes.
Dude. I
Yeah.
hope this email found you well.
Oh my god. And then it has like the capitalization at the end or something. Like I don't even
Yeah,
know how
yeah,
you would
yeah.
type that.
I don't know. I think you have to use a different font size.
It's like italicizer.
Yeah,
It goes
yeah.
from Arial to Times New Roman. This guy's email is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you even get it to do that? It's like he's not doing that manually. It's automated somehow.
Yeah. It's the gamer plugin.
Imagine did you see that clip a little while back of Young Thug's lawyer? Or no, who was it? Was he Young Thug? Maybe it was Trump's lawyer, and they had like a gamer laptop in the courtroom,
Oh my
like the
god, no.
main. Oh my god, dude! If your lawyer pulls out an RGB Razer Alienware laptop, you're
That's
going to
eight.
jail.
It's 8,000 degrees because they
Yeah.
never cool down. Oh
You're
my god.
going to jail.
Yeah, that's what they pulled out in the courtroom.
In the courtroom, yeah. Yeah, I'm 90% sure it was Trump's lawyer. She pulled out a like an RGB she pulled out like an RGB laptop.
It's just like flashing and glowing.
Yeah, dude, it's oh
Oh,
man. I feel like you know what I didn't realize this like until I was actually an adult, but this shit is so unserious. Like all of the human beings in your life are just like sort of figuring things out.
yeah,
And there's a lot of goofy shit that happens in the world, like on an everyday basis.
yeah, 100%.
Like one day you're the president of the United States, next day your lawyer's got Fortnite and Doom downloaded on the same laptop as all of your
Yeah,
personal files.
yeah. I think as you get older, you realize how, like you said, how goofy everything is. Like it's just so unserious. It's almost like a joke sometimes. Like when you see stories or like things that happen, it's
Yeah.
like the. Have you seen the what's it? Oma Lay. Have you seen that story?
Yeah, the girl who went up on that stage and danced with that artist.
Yeah. I mean, what were your thoughts when you saw that?
I think if I am dating that girl, it is not that she went up there and danced with the artist. It's that she went up there and danced in such a way that it was like clearly no regard for
Hmm.
how you were being perceived, or like she embarrassed her boyfriend in front, and like I don't know, dude, like anytime a woman does anything wrong on the internet, people are very, very like
Go extra hard.
toxic.
Yeah.
They go really hard on her. But I don't know, bro. She fucked that situation up.
That
Like
was rough. And the
that
fact that
was
the
rough.
camera was locked on him.
On the guy,
Like,
dude. The guy was going through it,
and
man.
he's just like leaning over and he's just like, you know, I think you have one of two options, or one of three. Number one, you do what he does. You make a career out of it. Everyone feels bad for you. Your dating life opens up. You get invited to a Kai Cenat 20 verse 1 like he did. You do that.
Kai's kind of finish what you're saying.
Number two, you just leave, which I would have done. If I'm
I
somehow
would
in that
have.
situation, which you could have saw the red flags miles away, probably, I would have just left. And number three, which I think is the funniest, you cheer it on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're like taking selfies. He has like a selfie stick. He's like extending it.
I wonder what the reaction. I don't think it would have been that big of a deal if that was his reaction. Actually,
Yeah, he would have been
like
representing.
if he was really into it, I
Yeah.
think people would have been like, "Oh, that's okay," you know?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a story. Probably. Well,
Yeah,
not as big.
not as big. I think it would have been nowhere near as big.
Yeah,
Kai's kind of slimy for that.
like
Is that a weird read on my part?
I think it's partially like kind of sneaky, but also smart. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and I mean, if you're in the eyeballs game, for sure.
It depends on really how the guy feels. I bet you the guy, like I said, he wants to make a career out of it. I think even the girl hit up Kai and she was trying to get paid.
Well, I think from what I saw, Kai
Mhm.
hit her up and she said, "I'll come on for if you compensate me,"
Right, right.
which I don't think that's I don't think that's unfair.
They're not
Like
familiar probably with the stream space either, so it's just like get your bag.
also she knew the reception that she was gonna get, probably. Like she
Yeah,
knew she was probably gonna get like
that's true.
a pretty negative response from his audience.
That's true.
Um, so like, yeah, I would want to get paid to get
Mhm.
shit on in public.
That's true. to be
But I
honest.
mean, Kai bringing the dude on, doing a 20 versus 1, which is such a weird concept, man.
Yeah, it is.
And 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 I think he paid the guy too, didn't he?
I haven't looked into it too deep.
I don't know. I don't really I'm not super familiar with Kai. I think I could tell he's like young. So I'll put it that way.
Right. Yeah. I think that's a lot of the new age streamers, you know. It's
Yeah.
the name of the game in a way. I think a lot of the newer like content creators that are like blowing up, they understand what gets clicks, like what gets reactions, what gets the story. And I think that's kind of the negative side of it. Is like cuz you see someone like Queso, Queso's not involved in clicks and drama and all that stuff and he's still getting such a good reception. He is basically a punching bag for fat jokes, but he's I think he's doing it in a respectable way where it's not like sacrificing, his career in the long run.
I think I think so much like the online media space has really become about clout in a way that I don't think it was like pre-pandemic
Mhm.
even.
Mhm.
Like I think post-pandemic the because for a long time the internet was about like just creativity
Yeah.
and a bunch of people making shit and sharing it and doing it all the time forever for everyone and nobody,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I think it would probably once like Facebook and social media platforms started switching primarily to video
Mhm.
and a lot of like other websites began dying. Um, I think around that time, the internet sort of became more just about clout, at least from like a creator standpoint.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that's a bummer.
It is. Like if you look at the beginning of like YouTube back in 2006 to I don't know when it like really changed, but the first like several years of YouTube was mainly just like I'm going to upload this. If people like it, that's cool. If they don't, that's cool. I'm going to make another video right after it. And this isn't a career, it's more of just a fun thing I do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because like there was no money in it for the longest time.
Yeah.
And I think it's good that there is money in doing this, because creators put a lot of time and effort.
Mhm. 100%.
But I think once like I don't know, once you have like YouTubers competing with Jimmy Fallon,
Yeah.
like I think shit is like I don't know, the landscape has changed so much.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what happened with like Twitch streaming. Like we saw how it was a gamer thing to kind of like a just chatting thing to now celebrities and athletes are like realizing the space and building brands for themselves and it just like you said it changes the landscape of like what it really started out to be. And it's good. There's a lot of good, you know, side effects or butterfly effect, whatever you want to call it. And there's a lot of, not so great things, but I mean, what can you do? It's media,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
There's always good in the sea of like clout or clicks or whatever you want to call it. There'll be some amazing creators that are just so creative and so original in the way that they like portray an idea. Like say I saw this one guy, he was like promoting a song and he had like a backpack and inside the backpack was like a pole and connected to the pole was like a ceiling fan and it was like a full size ceiling fan and it was spinning and he went into a barbershop and got a haircut and the haircut was basically the name of his song and it was like he didn't have to do any of that but it was just like something different and funny and
Yeah.
I like that stuff. I think he wasn't trying to go and prank somebody because you know what I mean? Like it
Oh my
wasn't
god. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
like the prank meta that happened on YouTube and is still sort of happening like on TikTok.
Mhm.
That shit is like genuinely harmful to society.
Oh my god, you just reminded me. Have you seen those lives of I don't even know. It's some like foreign country, and it's usually like two dudes, and they're doing something. There's like one guy that will dance to like this chicken song over and over. There's another guy that will play Minecraft and he has like the crying red eyes filter the whole time. He's just like like playing Minecraft, and it's like supposed to be like guilt content. And then there's this other one of these two guys laying in dirt with blankets and they're just shivering. Like, that's the whole point of it.
S-
And they get views.
This
And
is so it's so weird, man. It's so weird. Like what's cool about the internet is that it's everything all the time,
right.
right? But it's also like that's the worst thing about it because it's everything all of the time.
Mhm.
And I, I just think about like all of the young people on TikTok. Like if you're 14 on TikTok, it is doing actual damage to your brain.
Yeah.
Especially
Skibbity
if you're like a
toilet.
14-year-old boy and like you like gaming and then
Mhm.
start seeing like a few Ben Shapiro
Oh my
clips
god.
here and there,
Mhm.
and it's just like I don't know, it reminds me of like the earlier YouTube like feminist owned content that
Mhm.
like is still sort of popping off on shorts.
Mhm.
And I just think about like there are really creative people on all of these platforms that are just getting no views,
Mhm.
and they just don't know why. But the reality is like because oftentimes what's most successful is the shit that's like sort of harmful. Like the
Yeah.
things that people get mad at are like
Yeah.
always like very successful.
What's been
You know,
making you mad lately? Just in general in life, not even content. Like just what's something that irks you? Or what have you been thinking about lately?
I was actually pretty pissed off today.
Okay.
But I don't know, man. I feel like I got like grown adult anger now. Like I was at
Yeah.
work and I was like, I am trading 8
Uh,
hours a day, 5 days a week
mhm.
for this. And I like it was such a beautiful day. And like yesterday, I was at the park and I like spent the whole day like writing a song. And
Mhm.
like there was people like just walking around. And then I went on a long walk and I was just thinking, like, man, I love life when it's this. But then
Yeah.
I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh man. And I like my job, man. I like my coworkers, I like my bosses.
Yeah.
But like still, like
Yeah.
when you have to trade away your life to survive, shit is whack.
Yeah. I feel you on that like grown adult anger because I'll have that same feeling when I'm going to get groceries. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
this bag of chicken is not $10. It's X amount of minutes of my life.
Oh my god, that's such a good way to put it.
And I hate that because
Yeah,
not only am I trading my time for this product, but I need this product to continue to do this. You know what
yeah,
I mean? And then it just comes down to the found. You think about government foundation and tax, and
yeah.
it's like,
Like if you're making minimum wage, $7 and what is minimum like the federal minimum wage? Like 750?
I don't know.
Something like that?
Probably. I hope it's not that low, but probably.
750, I think, is the federal minimum wage. It could be 725. That might be, but
Jeez, that's so low, man.
imagine like you go to get groceries, you can buy you buy a rotisserie chicken. Let's say you
Yep.
get one for $10.
Hmm.
You spend an hour and a half working to buy one rotisserie chicken.
That's so
Isn't that
much
fucking
time.
crazy?
That's
Isn't
so
that
much
insane
time.
to like put into that perspective?
Yeah, it's depressing.
It really is, man. It should make you angry,
Hmm.
honestly. Like I don't know how people look at that and go like, nah, this shit is cool.
I think a lot of people probably just accept it, kind of like it is what it
Yeah.
is type of thing. And then
Yeah.
other people probably don't think about it because they're like, if I do, it's going to ruin my day and make everything miserable. So I might as well just deal with it and know that there's a brighter future ahead.
That is an optimistic perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that optimism solves the issue, but it's like sometimes it puts a band-aid on it for the time being because your
Makes it
mental,
easier to deal with.
yeah, your mental is like everything in the present. So it's like I might as well kind of think positively.
Yeah. Yeah. I had an intake with a therapist today.
Intake.
Yeah, so like when you start going to therapy, you usually do that like first session where they just like talk about your goals and what they can and can't uh do.
Okay.
And they're like, "I'm not your friend. I'm a professional." And you have to be like, "Okay, I'm sorry."
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Um but yeah, I had an intake with a therapist today. So I'm going to start
Oh, wow.
seeing, I think her name is Elisa.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like, w- well, you've talked about going to therapy before. So what
I'm a
makes
big proponent of therapy, man. I think it's really good I think anybody who has the means to do it should do it.
for sure? What do you think makes now different though than like previous?
What do you mean?
Like, did you just start going back into it, or did you change therapy? Like, what was the
Oh, right, yeah. I've been like at several different points in my life, and I think up until now they were all just like sort of like really tumultuous periods of my life, and I just like sort of needed somebody to like help me structure it. But now because because I have a full-time job and can afford like healthcare for like the first time in my life,
that's
really.
hype
Yeah. I feel like it's similar. I would compare it to like going to the gym
investment?
where like I'm investing in my mental health and like
Yeah.
becoming more mentally fit.
hmm And how long do you
Also just
go?
because our session.
Every week?
My next appointment is next month sometime. We're recording this on February 26th, so I think it's March 16th. So like
Once
a
every two
couple of
weeks
weeks.
ish.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I've never been to
Yeah.
therapy, so
You should, man. I definitely recommend it. I think a lot of people sort of have a misconception of what therapy is. I
hmm
think a lot of people think it's like I had this perception when I was young of like I'm not doing poorly enough to go like warrant going to therapy. Like people have it a lot harder than me. Those are the people in therapy.
yeah,
But no, man, like I think the happiest person in every room would benefit from therapy.
yeah. I I agree. I think a lot of people probably view it as like a chiropractor. Like it's not. It's pointless. That's what people think
Yeah, yeah.
when it's not. Well, a chiropractor actually is a scam, but I'm saying that's the same comparison that I see. Um, but yeah, man, that'll be interesting to see kind of where it takes you because I don't think I've ever like talked to somebody in the process of them and like checked in to be like, oh, how was that? You know what I mean? Most people
Uh-huh.
are kind of low
Yeah.
key about it, so I don't really know.
Uh-huh.
So that'll be interesting to see, like, I don't know what you think in a couple sessions.
After a few sessions, I'm gonna be I'm just gonna be like floating and shit.
Shirtless, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like enlightened.
Like, dude, why'd you sell your chair? You're just like levitating now, or what's going on, man? Yeah, that's dude, mental health is everything, man. Like, I swear, even just like sleep, like I'll have like a couple days. Like I had like a couple of days this past week where like I was just nonstop tired every single day. I would sleep at night. I would wake up. I'd want to take a nap. I'd wake up. I'd do something. I'd want to take a nap. I'd wake up. It's just like a constant cycle. And like I don't know, man. I feel like for me, I'm like a different person. When I in the morning or if I'm like really tired, I feel like I have to like I'm the type of person where I distance myself from people when I'm
Yeah,
tired
totally.
because I don't want to like jeopardize me saying something that I don't even mean or just I'm just annoyed, you know what I mean? So I just stay
Yeah.
away from people when I'm tired. Like super
Yeah.
grumpy, you know?
And then it just sort of makes you feel worse because then you end up feeling lonely.
Yeah, so it's a constant cycle.
Yeah. I feel like yeah, it's weird, man, because going to therapy right now with the world being the way it is, going to therapy right now sort of feels like taking a bubble bath with your house on fire.
That's a
You know what
great
I mean?
analogy, yeah.
It's like yeah, you probably do need this, but like there are some external factors that are probably contributing to your stress level,
You're right, right. That makes sense.
you know?
Yeah. But,
I
like,
don't know.
bubble baths are kinda nice.
Bubble baths are nice.
So
When's
what's
the
your
last time you took a bath? How tall are you again? Like 5'10"?
yeah. That's such an
So
interesting question, like, do you wanna know the size of my bathtub? Like
well, because I'm 6 foot and I don't think
okay.
I've ever taken a comfortable bath.
Also, I wanna congratulate you for being probably the only person that's 6 foot on a podcast that waited past the first episode to mention that they're 6 foot. So, congrats.
Thank you, thank you.
Um,
Yeah.
last time I took a bath was probably dude, I was probably like dude, I probably barely knew English, and I'm not a foreigner. So, I was probably like 3, 4?
Really? It's been that long?
Yeah. But, like, I have, like, a hot tub, so, like, feels like a
Oh,
bath.
basically a bath, yeah.
Yeah.
Bath with friends.
Yeah, true. Hey, you wanna come over and have a bath?
Yeah.
That'd be such a wild way to ask somebody to hot tub.
Dude, that's it. That was Roman society. I kind of wish we had bathhouses, like communal bathhouses.
Yeah.
I think those are still a thing in some Asian countries, aren't they?
Oh,
Or like
probably.
maybe some Eastern European countries.
Yeah, probably.
Like Turkey, I think has them.
Those gotta be so dirty.
I don't know,
If
man.
it's just
I kind of
outside?
no, no way.
Under a
It's
tent.
probably like I don't know. Like in my head, it's very clean actually.
Yeah, so that must I mean, that's reality, so
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Okay. Here's the question: if we go to like, let's just say Turkey, right? Because
Okay.
I feel like a Turkish bathhouse sounds like something I've heard before.
Yeah, okay.
We go to Turkey. Would you take a bath with me?
Did we mud wrestle before?
That's the evening.
Not each other, but just in general.
Yeah, yeah,
Did
yeah.
we kinda dip our toes and get our
No, we
feelers
did
out?
that. We did that oiled wrestling that they do.
Dude, that would be I don't know how I'd feel about that. It had to be like,
Taking a bath with a
well,
bud,
no, that would
with a
be I think
pal.
that'd be chill because it'd be like the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's a Korean thing too, if I'm not mistaken. Like going to
Um,
like
mhm,
communal
like
like a
spas and
bathhouse.
stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, do we get a bathing suit?
No,
Mm.
I think the custom is to be completely naked.
I don't know, man. If it, I'd rather it like,
Because I'm gonna be honest, man. If you're in public naked with another guy, you guys are gonna look at each other's dicks. Like it's just
yeah.
a matter of time.
What if we went to like a Dollar General and we got like some cardboard and just like
Yeah,
censored it like they did in the
yeah, like
cartoons or like a leaf?
IRL sensors.
Yeah, you'd be soggy. I
I don't
mean,
know. I think I'd be open to it, but I would definitely it would be uncomfortable.
it would because like even when I was like in sports and stuff, like I never partook in like team showers or anything like that. We just that wasn't a part of what we did.
Yeah, I think that that's actually sort of a relatively recent change. Like I think our parents definitely did that.
Yeah, probably
And I think like in the aughts that sort of stopped in like the in like the 2000s.
the odds.
Yeah, I think that's what they call them, right?
I don't know. I've never heard that in my life. And you said a word earlier that I was gonna stop you, but I really didn't want to stop your train of thought. You said like tumultuous or something, talking about
Tumultuous, yeah.
tumultuous.
Yeah.
What is that?
Like turmoil.
Mundane? Oh, okay. Turmoil. Tumultuous. Sounds
tumultuous.
like a Pokemon.
Go,
Tumultuous.
tumultuous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Evolve into
Therapist.
having a really bad time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I haven't really traveled a lot, but I feel like in a situation like that, I'd probably just be like, dude, just grab me a drink and I'll do whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of just over it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do, or whatever they say.
Yeah, which I don't know what that entails. I hope it's legal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that went on in history. Dude, I was reading about volcanoes the other day. Isn't that so random?
What?
I was reading about volcanoes yesterday in my knowledge book that I told you about.
Oh, your knowledge book. Yeah.
Yeah, and
What about them?
dude, they're insane. Like the scariest.
It's weird that they happen.
It's the scariest thing. It's so funny because the comparison you said earlier about like taking a bubble bath in the world that's the house that's on fire. Basically, like natural disasters, if you read too into them, you're like, oh my God. Like,
how are we alive?
yeah. And then you look at other planets and then they have like super volcanoes. And it's like, damn, dude, we got like regular Joe Schmo, like volcanoes. Yeah. Average Joe versus pro.
So weird.
But yeah, I was reading about volcanoes and like there was this one eruption that's like one of the all-time most famous eruptions called it the eruption of, I have a note, the eruption of Mount Vesuvius.
Yeah.
Okay, you've heard of it? 79 BC. There's apparently a pyroclastic cloud, which is basically like this giant heat cloud that has a temperature of 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. And it flows at the speed of 620 miles per hour. So,
God damn.
Can you imagine being in that city? You hear, I mean, I would imagine you hear some type of like gaseous, like eruption, and you don't even have a chance to like look. You know what I mean? Like you like this is just, whoo! And the next thing you know, I saw like a picture of a guy that was like, it was like one of the guys like studying the volcanoes, and he was like in this position. He's probably like taking notes or something. Just molten rock. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Like,
it's like that scene in Terminator 2 when the nuke goes off.
I was gonna say it's like the Black Beatles trend on Vine. Dude, the amount of trends that have just like went on throughout history. Like, remember planking?
I cannot believe that shit. Fucking. Why did we do that?
I don't know. I still plank to this day.
Planking is
every day
in 2024 is actually, dude, that would actually be awesome if we could bring back planking.
What if we did a whole a whole episode just like this, just planked?
So I think I'm gonna try and bring it back, dude. We should try and bring back planking.
Just like house therapy. I don't know if my abs could withstand that, to be honest. But I'm down to try. I've been looking into hammocks a lot recently.
Oh my God, that's so weird that you just said that. I was literally looking at a hammock right now before we started recording.
Dude, like, I don't know what it is about a hammock, but it makes me feel like, have you ever played Kingdom Hearts?
No.
There's like a scene, an iconic scene in the beginning of the first game where you're in like a dream state and you're on the beach with all your friends. When I lay on a hammock, I feel like I'm on that beach with Sora. Like, yeah. I don't know what it is about it, especially if you have like some flowing water next to you and you're like listening to some music in the background, the birds are chirping, you got a nice book, and you're just like, this is peace, man.
Also, summer's rolling around.
Oh, I can't wait.
Perfect time to get it.
I know. I'm so excited. Because in Michigan, we don't get to enjoy it like Californians do.
How long is your summer?
Well, sometimes in spring you'll get like that. Dude, Michigan is literally like Uno when it comes to weather. Like, it's such a wild card. You don't know. Like, I'm not even joking. There was days I remember growing up where we would get legitimately 30 degrees and 6 inches of snow. The next day, 75 and sunny. The next day, hail and thunderstorm. Like it's just like
I can't
all
even wrap
over.
my mind around what that would be like, to be honest.
It almost feels like God's playing tricks on us or something. I don't
Yeah.
know, man. But oh yeah, Michigan summers, they probably start around like I would say towards the end of May and last right up until September, August, probably August. So 4ish, 5ish months.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably around there. They're nice though, dude. Like if you were to ever travel to Michigan, I would 100% recommend visit Michigan's in the summer. Michigan summers are legit.
Yeah, I mean, because anywhere that gets like, because I don't know, I like California a lot, but like during if you come here during the summer, everything is like brown because all the
Yeah.
plants die, you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
But like right now, this is my favorite part of the year for California
Yeah.
because we're still getting enough rain. Everything is so green, dude, and it is so pretty. But give it another 2 months and everything's gonna be brown and on fire.
It's crazy how a city can look so beautiful and then it looks like one of the Last of Us games in a couple of months where it's
Yeah,
like, where are the zombies? Like, I feel like if California would be the first place that would have zombies. It just
I
feel
feel like
like,
New York.
really? What about all
I
the
think so.
Ozempic and stuff? You know what I mean though?
I
Or
think
no,
the
Florida.
Ozempic is
Florida. Florida.
Dude,
Florida.
Florida would totally have zombies, but they're all old people, so I think we'd actually like be able to corral them in quick enough before it spread.
If there was a zombie apocalypse and you could pick any non-weapon to like fiend off zombies,
Non-weapon?
yeah, so it can't be a gun, it can't be a sword, it can't be like a bat with spikes, like an everyday item. What are you picking?
That's a great question. Something hardy.
I have an answer for you, but I want to see if you can think of something.
I feel like you definitely want something with range and want something with like an edge on it, maybe.
Yeah, in a handle.
Not a weapon?
Yeah, it can't be a weapon, but it's something that you're gonna have to use.
Is a pitchfork a weapon?
Hmm. I
I
mean,
feel
we
like
can.
it's basically a weapon.
Yeah, I was gonna
I don't
say
know. What would you say?
for well, the first thing I thought because of you would be a guitar, like an electric guitar.
It would break though.
You know what I would probably use? I would probably use like a light stand.
Oh, you know what? That's not bad.
Cause
That's not bad because they got some weight to them. They're metal.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like a C stand or something.
Yeah. Just a C stand or like maybe I would supercharge like a spotlight, like a Amaran light and just
Yeah.
crisp them.
Just get like a 120D
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just
Infuse it with plasma rays and then just fry them.
yeah.
That would be sick.
What's like okay, let's say like 3 household items.
Okay.
Zombie apocalypse pops off right now. 3 household items that you're grabbing to survive.
Dude, I need Senku for this. The main character of Dr. Stone, because he's a scientist. I would say,
I feel like you want something with wheels, like a skateboard or something.
oh, okay, so we're thinking like this isn't just weapon
Survival.
survival.
Yeah.
Would a car be count? Would that be cool?
Let's say no car.
Okay.
Household items. Stuff that you could find in your house.
And we're not trying to like eat and stuff, right? It's just like fending off.
Survival in general.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think a knife might be good. Get a lot done with a knife.
Yeah, you'd have to go. I'd I would get like a multi tool. You know what I mean? One of those things
Like
that
a
has
Swiss Army knife.
yeah, has like a bunch of different stuff on it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a little cheating. Um, because a drill would be hilarious. Because there's like, I mean, maybe you could build something.
I
Oh,
feel like that might be useful.
yeah, it could. Like a DeWalt, a nice DeWalt.
Barricade yourself into something.
I feel like honestly, a musical instrument would be a good pick, just for sanity,
Hmm,
to keep
maybe.
the people chilling instead of
Yeah.
going. Keep them chilling. So then,
I
like,
think like if anything really popped off like a zombie apocalypse, I do think like community is
yeah,
something that would just naturally occur.
right.
And I think I think you might be good just like being a trying to sell yourself as a good member of a potential community.
Hmm. How would you
Like
sell yourself? That kind of
I
sounds
could
dark,
cook,
by the way.
I could cook.
Okay.
Um I'm strong, I could lift
Mhm.
things. Damn, dude. What do I offer in a survival
What do
setting?
I offer?
Yeah. This
me,
is actually
me
a
on
really good
me on the first date when she asked me.
I was gonna say this is actually a really good first date question. Like, what do you offer in like a zombie apocalypse? Like in an end of the world situation,
Yeah.
what could you offer a community? I feel like I could cook. I'm strong. Man, I gotta have more to offer than that.
Are you talking about survival skills only, or just anything is not open?
It's the end of the world and we're building a community. What do you have to offer?
I would say I'm a team player.
Like,
It's like an
that's like
interview.
a yeah, I know. I was like, it's
I
like an
work.
interview
I
question.
work too hard. I'm just kidding. Um, I mean, like, if you're thinking just survival skills, I would say probably the same that you did, like cooking and like I wouldn't say I'm necessarily strong, but I'm like athletic enough to like I can carry some stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to carry too much because like I don't want to like get hurt, like be a diva. That looks a little too heavy. The barricades. Like you guys can take care of it.
Man.
I would die so quick in a zombie apocalypse, dude. Like
Nah, not me, dude. My
I
roommate says the same thing.
I the first zombie that I saw, it's over.
Why do you think I'm going to the gym so much, man? Once it pops off and shit hits the fan, I'm locked.
Don't
I'm
worry,
serious, man.
guys. I'm locked. All right, I trust that guy. I trust him.
We should follow that guy.
Yeah.
Put the kids down. We got to keep up.
We got this. Yeah.
I oh my god, I saw I don't remember whose podcast it was, but I saw a clip on TikTok the other day. It was two women talking, and one of them was saying like I'll just be going about my day and just exhausted, like having a ton to do. And then I think to myself, some people have a baby and do all of this.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I would kill myself.
Yeah. There, I just, yeah. I mean, I think it's less about the amount of energy they have, and it's more of like a primal, instinctual, like, you know, I don't have a choice type thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like David Goggins running his last mile,
But
but you're a
dude, like
mom.
we we used to have villages, man. Like the whole like it takes a village
Men
thing.
used to go to war. Yeah. Now he goes to Trader Joe's.
Yeah, dude. I'm serious, man. We used to have villages. Like we used to communally raise children, and now it's just like one mom who gets 2 weeks off of work and the
Oh my
dad who
god.
doesn't get any time off work.
Yeah. Just
Shit is
absolutely
crazy.
fisted, yeah. When you think about the grand scheme of things, you realize how babied we are compared to people that only had to worry about survival. And here I am looking at what's the latest TikTok trend. Like, just such a contrast in everyday lives.
We work so much though. Like I think that's the trade-off.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, you used to pick berries for 2 hours and then just fucking chill. with your Heine.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, you gotta fucking clock in and move your mouse every couple of minutes because your remote work software is tracking whether or not
Mm-hmm.
you're active.
Oh my god. That's like depressing just hearing that.
Yeah.
Dude, I wouldn't that's like every time there's like these hypothetical questions about like every time I see like a survival show or like zombie apocalypse or like think about any of those scenarios, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not built for that. Like that takes training. Like Bear Grylls, even though wasn't that show like fabricated
I think some of it was
a good amount?
some of it was, but I think he did. I mean, he did shit on camera.
He
So
still
like
did
he's
it.
got my respect.
Right. He's better than me for sure. Dude, we should read a fanfic next podcast. I've been thinking about that. That'd be
What
funny.
kind of fanfic would you want to read?
When it comes to that stuff, I don't have the slightest clue into that world. It might as well have been like for talking about furries. Like I have no clue what goes on with fanfic. I know that it's fans writing a fictional story about somebody they know. That's all I know.
Ooh, I wonder if we could find like the worst rated fanfic to read.
Yeah.
Or what oh man, we should read a fanfic of like a movie that's come out recently.
Okay. What's I mean, dude, I was about to go to the theater um a couple weeks ago and I was looking at the show times and it's like, dude, the selection was terrible.
I want to watch Madam Web so fucking bad, dude. It's crazy.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
Still not yet.
Ah,
Fuck it, I might go after this. I wonder if there's like a 10 p.m. showing.
yeah, you should. I was thinking about how funny it is. I saw a TikTok where this girl was talking about how it's so funny that we use different elements when we talk about things. So we're like, damn, that shit's gas. You know what I mean? Or that's fire. And I was thinking also, like, it's funny how you can start a conversation with somebody and based on your volume can totally change the trajectory of the conversation.
Like
What?
that's also interesting to think about if you go like, "What's up?" versus like, "What's up?"
Hey!
Yeah,
Bada bing,
same
yeah.
thing. Man, we really are like man, that's actually so interesting to think about. Like human beings communicate so much just like by tone.
Mhm.
Let me tell you a really quick story about a really, really, really cool teacher I had in high school. His name was Mr. Irving. Probably my favorite teacher I've ever had. Mr. Irving was like the coolest English teacher at my high school.
Mhm.
Um, and one day, uh, everybody walked into his class like happy and like talking to each other, but everybody like really respected him. So like nobody was like talking when the class started. But like we walk in and it's right before the bell rings, and he very loudly he goes, "Everybody find your seat and sit down now." Immediately dead quiet in the room. Immediately dead quiet. And it was like you ever walk into a room and it just feels tense?
Mhm.
It was that feeling. It felt like I was hearing the Jaws music.
Yeah.
Bell rings, everybody's sitting down. He walks up to the front of the class and he goes, "Do you guys notice how I said that affected how it was perceived?" We're gonna talk about tone today.
Oh.
Such a cool way to start that, right?
Yeah. Dude, you know he was cooking when he was thinking about
Dude,
that?
I'm telling you, he was like good teachers really stand out in your mind. He
Yeah.
he fucking cooked.
He was in the lab
Yeah.
in his PJs, probably like, dude, I'm about to destroy their day in the best
Dude,
way.
I look back on my time in that man's class very fondly. He was a very cool guy.
Teachers like that, man, they'll never realize the type of impact that they have on their students. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
They do it for the love of the game.
They really do because they're not getting paid enough.
No, not
Shit
at
is
all.
crazy. It is crazy how poorly we pay educators.
Yeah.
I think I would like to be a teacher actually. There's an intern at my
Ooh.
job and just like showing her how to do stuff. Like it's fun to teach.
Mhm.
I don't think I would want to teach like grade school though. That shit sounds fucking exhausting.
You would just completely stop what you're doing and go and just teach? I feel like you would be a badass musical teacher
I feel like I could be a good teacher,
or art.
but I don't know if I'll ever end up doing it.
Be a side gig. Like, dude, college professors are like chilling.
Yeah, maybe I'll like do like some music tutor, like teach music in the future. But I feel like I'm not a good enough musician yet to be able to do that.
Like,
Like
it's
all the music teachers I've had, fucking rule.
yeah. Isn't there like a saying or a rule they say it's like you know that you understand something when you can teach it to somebody else or learn it like you're about to teach it?
Yeah,
Something along those
yeah.
lines? What
You
is it?
don't truly know something until you teach it or something like that. Some I don't know. I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
A lot of the times even when I'm like going through like Duolingo or something, I have to reread and like really think and like visualize the words, and so I can really understand what I just read. Otherwise, I'm just an autopilot. Same thing with
Yeah,
music. Like with music, I have to like when I was trying to learn a song, I have to continually play it over. Like I'm basically learning like a fight, like a move list in a fighting game, like over and over and over. You know?
yeah. I'm at a point right now where I'm writing a lot of music, and like one of the things that you really need to learn uh to like write a lot of different songs is scales. You need to learn your scales
Mm,
and like learn what notes are in each key.
hmm.
Um and I feel like because I've been playing music now for like 2 3 years, something like that, but it wasn't until recently that I like started writing, and it wasn't until I started writing that I started learning scales. Because like
Mm.
a lot of times you're not going to learn anything unless you're like actually interested.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's just like memory recall.
Right. And then memory recall never like stands the test of time.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna start learning some music in the park this summer. That's my goal is to get a hammock, take it with me, tie it around some trees, read some books, fly my drone and read and then film it.
That'd be cool.
Just to like be I don't know, I feel like sometimes when I'm outside, I feel like a different version of myself. Do you feel like that when you're doing something like
No, totally.
it's so refreshing?
I'm telling you, man, humans are social creatures. Like we want to be in nature. We want to be around one another.
You just turned into Decepticon, and your camera looks like the the first Minecraft block ever created.
God.
I think that should be the end of the episode because I can't. Yeah. Well, you want to say thanks for watching?
Thank you guys very much for watching. Listen where all of the podcasts are available. Make sure you leave us a review
That's
on Spotify and
You're
Apple
back.
Music.
You're back. Oh my god, that was hilarious. Yes.
Follow us on all the socials, all that stuff.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Peace.